Perfect. 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 You win. Perfect.
Welcome in, guys. Welcome in to your boy YUGOD, the Bounty Hunters YouTube channel. Now, guys, this is my first ever long video I have ever made. And, well, I've made some shorts in the past, which you actually can check out on my channel right after you subscribe. And with that being said, I want to say, first and foremost, thank you guys for clicking on this video, especially for those of you who come here specifically trying to get information about selling Yu-Gi-Oh on Whatnot. Because honestly, when it comes to this topic, it's actually pretty hard to find real information or really any information at all.
Bruh.
Not a lot of people talk about selling Yu-Gi-Oh on Whatnot specifically, and a lot of people who do usually gatekeep information. With me, you're not really going to get that. I don't mind answering questions based off the experience that I've had over the last year selling on the platform. Well, specifically in Yu-Gi-Oh! And throughout that time, I've learned a lot of things that I think could help people who are either trying to start or people who are already trying to improve their shows. Obviously, there's a lot I could talk about when it comes to Whatnot, specifically when we're talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! But for this video, I'm gonna try and stay focused because I can tend to actually get off on topic like right now.
Bruh.
And if this video does well enough, I'll make a part 2 and go deeper into other things. But for this video specifically, I want to focus on what I personally think are the 3 most important things for beginners on Whatnot to genuinely focus on. Well, specifically again with Yu-Gi-Oh! The first thing would be your show title, your thumbnail, and your scheduling. The second thing would be your show setup and its presentation. And the third thing would be how you structure your auctions and listings. So starting off with the first one, your title, thumbnail, and scheduling are extremely important, guys. I can't stress that enough. One thing I highly recommend doing before you even fully commit to your first show is giving yourself at least a week or 2 to scope things out first, guys. Just give it some time.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Bruh.
And what I mean by that is paying attention to the downtime periods on Whatnot. You want to study when there's very few streamers that are going live. Because one thing I notice, specifically with Yu-Gi-Oh though, compared to Pokemon, is that there's usually a much bigger window where there's more streamers than buyers. And if you can capitalize on one of those slower spots where there's less competition, you'll catch a much better chance at actually being noticed and making decent sales. I mean, that's what we're there for now. Especially in the beginning when you're trying to grow your account and work your way toward getting like that early cash out that Whatnot has, and just genuinely trying to build momentum. But before people even click your stream, you need to give them a reason to. That's where the thumbnail and title come in. Now, I can't stress this enough, guys. I really can't. For me personally, what worked a lot was using something visually eye-catching. Whether that's an anime girl, a nostalgic character, bright visuals, or just something unique that people aren't used to seeing while scrolling. Uniqueness drives attention way more than people actually realize.
Message.
And the same thing goes for your title. One thing that tends to work very well, algorithm-wise, is making sure people immediately know you're running singles or auctions. You can try things out like $1 auction stars or the famous $2 singles, or how about this one, the infamous singles running all stream. Oh my god, things like that, guys, work tremendously. Why? Because people want to instantly know what type of stream they're clicking into. And honestly, learning how important titles, your thumbnails, and scheduling were was something I learned the hard way. Now, moving into the second thing is your setup and presentation. This is another reason why I can't stress enough by saying give yourself a week or two before you first start your show. It'll help out a lot because during that time, not only are you studying scheduling, but you're also figuring out how you want your setup to look. And honestly, guys, you don't need anything crazy expensive. Don't go crazy. There's a lot of things online that can improve your presentation without costing a fortune right out the gate. Now, Amazon is probably one of the fastest places for this. Things like a 5-tier card display or small shelves, lighting, LEDs, little display pieces, all of that can help your stream visually stand out. Now, if you've seen my setup, which you're actually seeing right now, to be honest, I have LED lighting and display pieces throughout my stream. Little things like that help me more than people realize. But honestly, the biggest thing your setup should reflect is genuinely your personality. Most Yu-Gi-Oh streamers actually aren't too comfortable showing their face, which is completely okay, guys. It's nothing to worry about. Nobody's really expecting you to, but having some type of identity really helps separate you from, well, everybody else. Whether it's a figurine, a poster, a character from Yu-Gi-Oh, something nostalgic from your childhood, or just something visually tied to your own personality. Those kind of things matter because, well, all of those visuals speak before you even say a word. People instantly know what stream they're in, who they're watching, and what type of atmosphere they're stepping into before they even hear your voice, guys. And that's really important. Now, the third thing, and honestly, probably one of the most important overall, is how you structure your auctions and listings. One thing I noticed early on is that a lot of sellers unknowingly miss out on easy sales but simply not having listings up. Whether that's buy it nows, auctions, or offers enabled. I mean, having listing up in general is extremely important. Even if you don't immediately see a ton of sales from doing that in the beginning, you gotta understand, because every now and then somebody will randomly buy something while you're offline, send an offer, or find a page through an open market. And that's something a lot of people overlook. It's almost functioning like a small storefront, right? Kind of like Shopify in a way, except it's all being hosted directly through Whatnot. And other major things, especially for beginners, is singles. You should always have singles running. That honestly is one of the biggest mistakes I made when I first started, and I regret it still to this day. Singles are the lifeline of what Yu-Gi-Oh streamers and buyers come to expect. Now, in the beginning, it can definitely feel rough because some of the singles you're trying to move may not immediately be what people are looking for. But if you stay consistent and keep running, eventually people start stopping by just to see what you have. Then they start to talk, and then they want to come back. And then eventually you start building regulars and building a vibe around your stream. And that's where the second point ties back into this. I can't stress it enough, guys, because your personality is ultimately what makes people stay. The singles may bring them in, right? But your atmosphere, your setup, your energy, and your personality are what make people return. And honestly, that's probably one of the biggest things I've learned selling Yu-Gi-Oh on Whatnot over the last year. So, if you guys got something out of this, definitely leave a like on it. And if there's enough interest, I'll make a part 2 and go over 5 more things that I personally learned while selling on Whatnot.